Hi, I'm Greg,
Hi, I'm Will.
and welcome to our next episode of Theme Parks and Patents.
Today we're talking about this thing Disney patent but never used. It's like this illusion of elevator. I'm not quite sure.
Okay, so I ran into this. It's an older patent again. I don't believe they've ever used it. Maybe overseas, I'm not sure. Actually, I'm pretty sure they haven't. This was filed in 1999. I thought this was Tower of Terror. It's not. It's called the Special Effects. Stop. Okay. Ready? It's called the Special Effects Elevator, and what it is, and around that time is like when they would announced Hong Kong Disneyland. So I don't know if they were trying to use it there. The other thing I thought they might be using it for is the Journey to the Center of the Earth opened in 1999. So maybe it was a concept for that because they did have elevators. So I'm just going to jump into it.
Wait, Journey to the Center of the Earth had an elevator?
It does. It has an elevator that you go into.
Oh, like a pre-show kind of?
Kind of, yeah, more like Hagrid.
But it's in the queue, right?
Yeah, it's in...
Yeah, I know of that.
So there was one, they mentioned them all, like, it'd be like Haunted Mansion, Sea Base used to have the Hydrolator, During the Center of the Earth has the Terrorvator, and it actually does change levels, and so maybe it was something they were thinking about doing for that, and they didn't, so they ended up just filing a patent in the U.S. for the
Wait, what was the
concept.
other one besides the Terrorvator?
The Hydrolator, that's where Nemo is now, and those didn't change floors, so that was like, I mean, the difference are like in Haunted Mansion in Florida, and the Hydrolators, you'd actually go up or down, you just would go through it, but you would think, and same with on the bank ride on Gringotts in Florida. You don't actually go anywhere. So this was the concept is, if you look at figure 1, is that it actually does take you up or down. The Terrorvators to the Journey to the Center of the Earth do actually change floors. So that makes me think that maybe this was the concept for this. So in figure 1, you can see the different floors, 32 and 36 are the elevator doors. So it's made to look like you can see the bigger shaft, and then you can see the smaller box in the elevator compartment 20 with the person in it. It's made to look like they say it's supposed to be a small claustrophobic elevator, so that would be really interesting.
Would you stand or sit?
You would stand, and you would have a bunch of people in there because it would have to be. They talk about it being the entrance to a theme park, or I think more you think the entrance to a ride or the entrance to an actual like exhibit, like Sea Base was.
Yeah.
So
what's Sea Base?
That's the one that's Nemo. And so in Nemo, you would go, it used to be Sea Base, and you would go in, and then you would go in these fake elevators that would take you down into
what Nemo? There's multiple Nemo rides.
In the Living Seas, in Epcot, sorry.
Oh, got it.
It's the Epcot one. And before it was Nemo, you would go in, and they would pretend you were going down into the ocean to go to an ocean base.
Kind of like Journey or 1,000 Leagues Under the Sea or something.
Yeah, Journey to the Center of the Earth is you're supposed to be going
down.
No,
the boat ride you hate. Next to Matterhorn.
Yeah, that's just getting in a boat, though.
Yeah.
But they were supposed to be taking you in an elevator down to a sea base.
Yeah, but the boat, it gives the illusion of going down.
Yeah, I guess in a submarine.
Yeah,
not an elevator
submarine.
to like a sea base. So it shows it's a smaller, it's a bigger elevator, but it's partitioned off to feel smaller. And we'll also jump to figure 2. Figure 2 is just kind of the system diagram. Figure 3 is the actual elevator car. And you can see here, there's going to be a mirror, they talk about a 50% mirror, which what they would do is the lights would be on. It would look like a standard elevator when you got in, and they say a standard claustrophobic elevator, which would probably be full of people because they're all trying to get into a ride or exhibit. And then they would use special effects to make it feel like the elevator was braking, or they talk about, lights in the elevator could flicker or die or be suddenly extinguished. At the same time, the elevator could suddenly stop just as the passenger believes the elevator is malfunctioning. And then the audio and video portions would begin. So what happens is they would dim the lights or take them out, extinguish them in 14 where the passenger is, and then you would see into the other parts of the elevator, which could include mirrors and projections to make it look like a 3D image. to show. They said they could even be an animatronic to show some sort of video presentation of, to basically change the scene to show what you're going into. So
if you watch the original Haunted Mansion movie, there's this whole elevator thing. It's not like the big room elevator. It's just like an actual elevator, with little chainmail or something. But basically, they could get rid of the room in the Haunted Mansion because if you didn't know this, the stretching room in Haunted Mansion, it is an elevator, but it's just supposed to be a room that stretches. And enough about that. But if they got rid of that, they could have used this concept to kind of make a creepy elevator you go into.
Yeah, and they could actually do so this idea would be so it would go dark, some lightning, and then maybe the ghost host could appear in the elevator with you and tell you a story of where you're going, and then you get off and then you go get on the ride, which is kind of the concept for this. And you would have to change floors too.
Or they could kind of do a fake exit, or they could do a Haunted Mansion effect, or no, Tower of Terror effect, where you see a hallway, then something happens in the hallway.
Yeah, but it would be in the elevator with you. So instead of Tower of Terror, you stop and it's a scene that's static. This would actually be in the elevator with you.
Yeah.
Going, and then it doesn't have to go up or down, but the way they claim it is that it actually changes floors. So it would have to be something like that.
But what I'm noticing is that it's all outside of the elevator, so how would it be on the inside?
It's all inside the elevator, so that bigger box is the elevator.
Oh.
And then they just make a fake smaller box that they put the person in.
Oh, so you just think the smaller one is just the elevator, so then it looks like it's on the outside.
Yeah, but then it's surprising that the elevator is actually bigger and it's full of other stuff.
Yeah.
And then they can pump in scents or lights. They said they could, strobe it to kind of temporarily blind you, which is always fun before you get out. And then you're in a new world, essentially. It's supposed to be, they kind of talk about it as a way to make it so they could actually do it at the beginning of a theme park. So you would go in the entrance gate, you would go in these elevators, and you would leave the real world and go into a fantasy world.
So
they talk about.
You know the Strange World movie Disney made?
Mm-hmm.
And how the whole their whole land is an actual animal.
Yeah.
If they wanted to simulate going into the Strange World, if they made a ride out of it, they could use this concept for it.
Yeah, so you'd be in the real world, and then it would transition, and there'd be something in the elevator to help the transition. So,
our dog's being a goofball.
Nope, he's running around. But anyway, that's all I have. That's what they claim. I
Why
don't know.
do I imagine them using for the Monsters Inc? I'm using this for the Monsters Inc. ride.
They could, Mike and Sully could be in the elevator with you. It'd be fun.
Or Muppets. This could work for Muppets.
But yeah.
Also, by the way, Disney, boo! How dare you get rid of Muppet Vision?
They have to bring it back. But that's all I had on this one. Just a quick one. The older patent that doesn't look like they ever used, but it was kind of interesting. And then I just had saved it because I thought it was Tower of Terror, but I was totally wrong. So I thought we'd still talk about it.
Yeah.
Anything else, Will?
Not really. Oh, speaking of Tower of Terror, they could use this concept for a Tower of Terror ride.
Yeah.
Or for the Tower of Terror.
Yeah, you could put it right on the elevator with you. That'd be a big elevator.
You know how in France's Tower of Terror, it's basically the main ghost is the girl.
Mm-hmm.
They could have used this to make it look like the girl was in there.
Yep. Anything like that.
Yeah. So. And you know how the only Tower of Terror in the U.S. now is the one in Florida?
Mm-hmm.
They could maintenance in the old scene they had in California where it showed you and then it showed the people in the thing with you. They could just put that back in.
Yeah.
But on the Florida. But that's all I have to say.
All right. Sign us off.
Okay, bye.
Bye, everybody.